Hey everybody, and welcome back to the video. Now I'd like to share with you the 3 biggest myths or beliefs people usually have when exploring and considering the product manager's career path. I've collected this myth over numerous conversations with aspiring product managers and my mentees when they asked me questions on how to make the transition and shared their concerns about making a move. Myth number 1: I need a technical background to become a product manager, and I need to learn how to code. The reality is that coming from technical background is not a prerequisite. Product manager is a business role in the first place, and you are not expected to write a code as a PM. Yes, some companies may prefer to hire PMs with a computer science background. Usually, they explicitly list this in their job description or role description. For example, they can look for technical product managers. However, others, and this number is growing steadily, look for candidates with non-traditional backgrounds from journalism, art, fashion, law, and many more. I recall my conversation with the head of the recruitment team at one of the leading tech giants in Southeast Asia. Their product organization has over 100 employees distributed across several countries. She told me that one of the key elements of their hiring strategy is to find people of different backgrounds who can bring a diversity of opinions and new perspectives to their products. It's a very logical and far-seeing approach to hiring. From the previous video, you know that product managers are directly involved in making core strategic growth-driving decisions, and to do so, they need to be strong in various non-technical skills, such as business and people skills. Now, what you expect to have to qualify for a good PM is a strong interest in technology. And here I'm not talking about you being a tech geek obsessed with testing the next new gadget. But as long as you're working on software products, you need to be aware of how the existing technologies are evolving, what the upcoming trends are, and how new technologies can solve the problems of your users and business. And since you will work a lot with software development teams, you need to know how to collaborate with engineers and build trusted relationships. So while preparing for the role, make sure to learn such things as an agile methodology that's now widely used for software development projects, and Scrum framework that's very popular among software development teams practicing agile software development. Our course will cover these topics. Okay, let's move to myth number 2. I need to complete my MBA to get into product management. In reality, getting an MBA is neither a prerequisite nor a guarantee to get a PM job. MBA is one of those strategic projects you can do once in a lifetime, and you must plan it carefully. It's a huge investment, both in your time and money, so you have to have crystal clear answers on why you're doing the program and your expectations. Lastly, an MBA degree pays off more in the long run, so please don't expect immediate results just after the program. You may even fall behind your peers since you were out of the workforce for 1 to 2 years. If you're now thinking about doing an MBA with an ultimate goal of getting into a product role, please consider other strategies first. You can get there much faster, and this course will equip you with the knowledge and skills you need to transition. For example, the program will cover common business model types used in tech companies today and how to understand your and your competitors' business model, or how they create their value propositions and make revenue. Please don't get me wrong, an MBA can be a very useful instrument, and I have an MBA degree myself, but the reason why I applied to the program were different than getting into or growing into the product roles. I remember my first interviews for a PM position after graduating from the MBA program in 2017. Of course, my hiring managers wanted to know about my experience building products, my failures and success stories in the first place. Yes, my MBA degree gave me some extra points, but I wouldn't get a job without previous experience building products. Okay, let's move next and cover the third myth. I need a product certification to get into product management. In reality, it doesn't matter what kind of certification you have. What matters the most is that you can answer the question, "Show me what you have built," from your hiring managers. Certification can be a great way to prove your skills and receive recognition in the professional community. Sometimes it's mandatory to be allowed to do a job or get a career promotion. However, there is no formal requirement for aspiring or junior PMs to have any certification to enter or transition to a career in product. But surprisingly, one of the first things people ask when they start researching how to get into product is what kind of certification they need. Unfortunately, many aspiring PMs treat certification as a magic pill that can solve their problem and get guaranteed results. I'm repeating myself, but let me reiterate this very important point. Conceptual knowledge alone won't count in the product manager role. Unless a certification program has a substantial practical part for applying theories, frameworks, and tools, you won't be able to build a convincing story during job interviews and will struggle to do your job. Now, let me remind you that you will get a certificate after completing this course, and you're welcome to include it in your CV and LinkedIn profile. But please remember that practice is the key. So during the course, follow the practical exercises and apply the theories and frameworks you will learn to a product you will be building from scratch as your side project. Okay, that's it for the video. You became one small step closer to your goal of getting into the product teams, and that's a very good start. So let's continue the journey, and I'll see you in the next lecture.